Hello my dear students, how are you? I wish you are fine. Welcome back to our math lessons in the second term with your math teacher, Ms. MARWA SAMY. Today we are going to complete our lesson in the second term. Our lesson is about decimal numbers. First, let's start by what's the meaning of decimal numbers. Fractional numbers which have denominators 10, 100, 1000 and so on, I can write it by using a point. This point is called decimal point. Again, fractional numbers which have denominators 10, 100, 1000 can be written by using a point. This point is called decimal point. First, fractional numbers whose denominator equals 10. For example, 3 over 10 or 3 tenths. How can I convert this fraction into decimal number? The denominator here is 10, so I can write a point after only one digit from the right. After only one digit from the right. So 3 point. I haven't another number, so I can write 0. 3 over 10 equals 0.3. How can I read this decimal number? I can read it by two methods. The first one, 0.3. The second method, 3 tenths. Tenths, th, 3 tenths, th. The second example, 15 over 10. I put the point after only one digit from the right. 5.1. How can I read this number? I have two methods. The first one, 1.5. The second method, 1 and 5 tenths. th. Don't forget th. The third one, 389 over 10. 389 over 10. I convert it into decimal number by putting the point after only one digit from the right. 9, and I put the point 38. How can I read this number? I have also two methods. The first one, 38.9. The second one, 38 and 9 tenths. th. Second, fractional numbers whose denominators equals 100. For example, 24 over 100. I can convert this fraction into a decimal number by putting a point after two digits from the right. After two digits from the right. Equal 4, 2, and I put the point. I haven't any number. I can put 0. How can I read this number, this decimal number? I have also two methods. The first one, 24 hundredths. th. Hundredths. The second method, 0.24. 0.24. The second example, 716 over 100. I can convert this fraction into a decimal number by putting a decimal point after two digits from the right. Equals 6, the first digit, 1, the second, put the point, 7. How can I read this fraction, this decimal number? I have also two methods. The first one, 7 whole number and 16 hundredths. The second method, 7.16. The last example, 8 over 100. How can I convert this fraction into a decimal number? By putting a decimal point after 2 digits from the right, equals 8. The first digits, I haven't any digits also, I can write 0 and put the point. I have only one digit, so I can write 0 and put the point. How can I read this number? The first one, 0 point 0 8. The second one, 8 hundredths. Don't forget TH, hundredths, and put S. Third, fractional numbers whose denominator equals 1000. The first example, 158 over 1000. How can I convert this fraction into a decimal number? By putting a point after 3 digits from the right. 3 digits from the right. 8, the first one, 5, 1, and put the point. I can put here 0. How can I read this fraction? I can read it by 2 methods. The first one, 0.158. The second, 158 thousandths. TH. The second example, 43 over 1000. I can write it as a decimal number by putting point after 3 digits from the right. 3, the first digit, 4, the second. I haven't third digits. What can I do? I put 0, and after it, I put the point. How can I read this fraction? Also 2 methods. The first one, 0.043. The second method, 43 thousandths. TH. Decimal, DH. Don't forget TH. The last one, 4 over 1000. How can I convert this fraction into a decimal number? By putting a point after 3 numbers from the right. 4, the first number. I haven't any numbers, so I can put 2 zeros. The second number, the third number, and I put the point. How can I read this number? By 2 methods. 0, the first one, 0.004. The second one, 4 thousandths. TH. Don't forget TH. The place value and the value of decimals. Any number, I can divide it into 2 parts. The whole part and the decimal part. Between them, the decimal point. Decimal point. Before the point, the first number in the units place as I know, and its value equals 5. 6 in the tens place, tens with S, and its value equals 60. 3 is in hundreds, place and its value equals 300. This part is the whole part. The second part is the decimal part. The first number after decimal point is in the 10th place, TH, and its value equals 0.2. 8 in the hundredths place, TH, and its value equals 0.08. 9 is in the thousandth place, and its value equals 0.009. Convert fractions whose denominators aren't equal 10 or 100 or 1000. What can I do? For example, I have a fraction 2 over 5. Its denominator isn't 10 or 100 or 1000. How can I convert this fraction into a decimal number? I will try to get equivalent fraction. Its denominator equals 10. I took in the last term 2 times 5 equals 10. 4 times 25 equals 100. 8 times 125 equals 1000. So I can multiply this fraction by 2. 2 times 2 and 5 times 2 equals 2 times 2 equals 4. 5 times 2 equals 10. I get a fraction. Its denominator equals 10. I can convert it into decimal number very easy. I put a point after only one digit from the right. 4 point and put a 0. The second example, 7 over 25. I know that 4 times 25 equals 100. So I multiply this fraction by 4. 7 times 4, 25 times 4. 7 times 4 equals 28. 25 times 4 equals 100. I convert this fraction to an equivalent fraction. Its denominator equals 100. So it's very easy to convert it into a decimal by point the point after 2 digits from the right. 8, 2, and put the point. The third example, 21 over 700. 700. What can I do? I can divide this fraction by 7. I can divide this fraction by 7. 21 divided 7 equals 3. 700 divided 7 equals 100. I get equivalent fractions. Its numerator equals 100. I can convert it into a decimal number by putting the point after 2 digits. The first digit is 3. I haven't second digits. I put 0 and I put the point. The last example, 11 over 125. I can convert this fraction by multiply it by 8. 8 times 125. 8 times 11 equals 88. I put here 0. 8 times 125 equals 1000. I put the point after 3 digits from the right. 8, the first one, 8, the second one. I haven't the third digit, so I put 0 and I put point 0. Write in expanded form. 5.6 equals what? I can divide this number into 2 parts. Whole number, whole part and decimal part. This is the whole part and this is the decimal part. 5, I write it 5. 6, I write it 0.6 as a decimal part. The second one, 17.28 hundredths. I divided it into 2 parts, whole part and the decimal part. 17, 1 in 10 place, so it equals 10. 7 in units place, so it equals 7. The decimal part, 2 equals 0.2 in 10th place. 8 in 100th place, so it's equal 0.08. The last example here, 358.162 thousandths. I divided this number into 2 parts, whole part and decimal part. I begin with the whole part. 8, 3 in the hundredths place, so it's equal 300. 5 in tens place, so it's equal 50. And 8 in ones place, so it's equals 8. The decimal part, 1 equals 0.1 in the tenth place, 6 in hundredths place, so it's equal 0.06. 2 in hundredths in thousandths place, so it's equal 0.002. Another exercise, complete 0.5 plus what equals 1. I consider 1 as a 10. I put point and 0. I consider 1 as a 10. And I count from 5 to reach 10 equals 5, but 0.5. Don't forget point. The second one, 0.2 plus 0.1, I get the sum of the two decimals first. 0.2 plus 0.1 equals 0.3. Plus 1 equals, I consider 1 as a 10. 0.3 plus what equals 10? 3 equals what equals 10? Equals 7. 0.7. The last example, 7.5 equals 7 plus what? I divided this number to two parts. Whole number, 7, and write it, and the decimal number equals 0.5. Some popular fractions. The first one, half. Its numerator not equals 10. So what can I do? I talked before that I can get an equivalent fraction to half by multiply it by 5. 1 times 5 equals 5. 2 times 5 equals 10. And I put the point after 1 digits. So half equals 0.5. The next fraction, quarter, I can multiply it by 25 times 25 equals 25 over 100. And I put the point after 2 digits from the right, 5, 2 point, and I can put the 0. The last one, 3 quarters, I multiply it by 25. 3 times 25 equals 75. 4 times 25 equals 100. Equal, I can put the point after 2 digits from the right. I put 5, 7, and point and 0. So I can say that half equals 0.5, quarter equals 0.25, hundredths, 3 quarters equal 75 hundredths. At the end of our lesson, thank you for following. See you next time. Goodbye.